Hey guys, Angels the Stuffing Donuts back with another awful commentary. Today I'll be commentating on Kothorix's In Defense of Pedophiles. I know this video is really old, but I do want to cover it, since the way he went about this video really left a sour taste in my mouth. Pedophiles are some of the scummiest people on earth in my opinion. The fact that someone would want to do something like that to a child fucking sickens me. However, I don't take too much issue with, say, a 20-year-old dating a 16-year-old. Provided both parties are okay with it. So that's all I have to say before, so let's just get into the video.
Pedophilia pisses me off because it's one of those topics that you can't even talk about. If you make any kind of comment that sounds remotely like you don't absolutely despise pedophiles, then everyone's knee-jerk reaction is to call you a pedophile by association.
The reason for this is because pedophilia has become such a big issue nowadays. It needs to be looked into more. I mean, if someone said, I don't think pedophiles are all that bad, wouldn't you think it's at all weird? It's like if someone said they didn't find terrorists to be that bad. People would probably be scared that you're going to become a terrorist one day.
So you have to preface every single sentence with, I don't find kids attractive and I don't support pedophiles, just so people will listen to you. But I've said before that I'm not attracted to humans, period. And I assume that people who watch my videos know that entertaining a thought does not mean that you necessarily agree with a thought.
So there are several kinds of pedophiles. There are pedophiles which are people attracted to young kids, such as a 30-year-old wanting to have sex with an 8-year-old. There are child molesters who are 30-year-olds who actually do have sex with 8-year-olds.
There's not a difference between the two. What I mean is that people who have an attraction to younger children are just as sick as people who rape children. Pedophiles are pedophiles no matter what, don't label them under more than one group.
And then there are pedophiles by technicality, which is something like a 20-year-old wanting to have sex with a 16-year-old, and this is also called ephebophilia. What irks me about our society is that it doesn't matter which one of these you are. It doesn't matter if you actually commit the crime, because even if you think about it, you are still seen as just as bad.
Look at people like Scourge. While he hasn't raped a child yet, he's favorited sexual images of underage characters on DeviantArt. Shit like that is fucked up beyond belief, and don't give me the aged up excuse because I won't buy that bullshit. It's still pedophilia if you find children below the age of consent to be attractive.
Now I have nothing to say in defense of child molesters. They are weak people and have irreparably damaged another human. I don't see them as any different than rapists. But for those who simply have the thought of being attracted to kids, I have sympathy for it.
Sympathy. Understanding between two people. Common feeling. Do you know what you're implying here? You're implying that you yourself are a pedophile. This is either shitty wording or you exposing yourself for being a pedophile, and something tells me it's the latter.
Because sexuality isn't a choice. It's something that is part of you and you can't get rid of it.
That's not sexuality. Sexuality is being straight, gay, or bisexual. And being attracted to kids is not a sexuality, since if you're attracted to young girls, you're a straight pedophile. If you're attracted to young boys, you're a gay pedophile. If you're attracted to all young kids, you're a bisexual pedophile.
And there are no real options for people who are attracted to kids.
Okay, how about getting some fucking mental help? I think that'd be a good idea for the sick fucks who are actually attracted to kids.
You have to keep it to yourself for fear of society branding you as a child molester, or fear of being on some kind of watch list for a crime that you have never committed.
Okay, look at it this way. If you were to look up how to kill someone on Google, chances are you're going to be put on some kind of watch list. But the reason you will be put on the watch list is not because you committed the crime, but out of fear that you might commit that crime.
And the way I see some people react to them sickens me more than the thought of pedophilia itself.
Fuck you, you are basically saying people being afraid of pedophilia is worse than pedophilia itself. I honestly have no words. You are a fucking scumbag and a piece of shit, my friend.
Because they are so harshly judged and hated, and rarely is that hatred about kids being hurt or exploited, or actual things that I could understand feeling hatred about. The hatred is because their sensibilities have been offended, and because it's socially acceptable to hate that person. And all for having a thought and desires that they can't control.
Now I usually don't have much of an issue with kinks or fetishes myself, but if said kink or fetish can cause harm to a person, I feel like some kind of line should be drawn.
I've heard people say that pedophiles deserve to be tortured and killed. Now, I don't believe in the death sentence, even for mass murderers, much less for a person who has not even committed a crime. In the case of pedophiles by technicality, that is someone like a 20-year-old having sex with a 16-year-old, I find the reactions of people even more disturbing. Because, once again, it is people holding the law as a moral authority. I certainly believe that you should follow laws, but not all laws should be taken as a divine voice. Not all laws are ethical or even make sense.
Why does the law decide that a person becomes an adult at age 18? There is no magical leap of maturity because the sun has revolved around the planet exactly 18 times since they were born.
Nigga, get your facts straight. The sun revolves around fucking Jupiter, not Earth. But in all seriousness, check over your scripts to avoid small little mistakes like that. Anyway, I'm just gonna end the video here. Final thoughts, this video was not good in the slightest. To even show some form of remorse or empathy towards one of the most fucked up things you can do is just fucking immoral. I'm sorry, but you're a fucking piece of shit. Anyway, that's all for this commentary, and I will see you in...
Fuck you, pedophiles are normal people.
Ugh, loudtard, what do you want?
I want to set this straight.
What do you mean?
It means I'm gonna fight you. Is that a plane?